Welcome back to the 2014 Spring Promotion Tournament live from Cologne, Germany. We're just minutes away from the best of 5 between Ninjas in Pajamas and KMT for the final spot in the spring split. But gentlemen, I first want to get your guys' take on the Battle of the Atlantic. WickD, we were just talking about it for quite some time. Let's start with picks and bans. You know, what threw you off or even made you surprised about it?
It really made me surprised that they picked Sion and played him on Mew instead of putting Mew as the top laner and then letting Slayer play Renekton. Because, for example, as you saw in the game, Slayer doesn't have the most experience on Renekton, and he kind of got dominated by Shyvana early game, which shouldn't happen.
And quick shot, looking at the laning phases, how do you feel they could have changed in favor of Lemondogs?
I think the big key for Lemondogs was the inability to convert kills to objectives. And I think going forward, they need to practice in their scrims, figuring out how they can make those kills work for them. Just getting a kill on somebody who's overextended isn't the best. You need to time it correctly, push for an objective, go for blue buff, go for red buff, things like that. And maybe itemization could have been improved, but game 2 was a marked improvement for game 1 as far as the Lemondogs were concerned.
And WickD, we were talking about that. They actually fared better in laning phase, but where do they drop the ball for Lemondogs?
I think, as I said earlier, the main point was the solo lanes that swapped lane. They just weren't experienced in that lane and they didn't do so well. For example, you even saw Sion. He was feeling really far behind in the early game, but then he started to pick up, start roaming and getting kills, so it was all right for him. But Slayer was just getting destroyed, and he was always 1v1, so he couldn't do anything else.
And about that lane swap, you guys know about it, switching people around, playing supports, mids, tops, and everywhere. Is it done rarely? When is it done? Were they kind of forced into it and thought it could work? What do you think they were doing?
So I think lane swaps are very rare, like you don't see them that often, and it's done, for example, like Zed used to be a top lane champion, and I played him all the time, so I was really good on Zed, and then suddenly he became really strong in mid, and Frank hadn't played him that much, so it's pretty normal for me just to play Zed, and I could easily play him in mid. But for example, like Renekton now, it's not like a champ that haven't been played top and been played mid, so it didn't make much sense.
All right, gentlemen. Enough of that. The Battle of the Atlantic will continue on, but now I want to shift the discussion over to the promotion series up. NiP versus KMT coming up right now. How do you guys see this one playing out? WickD, we'll start with you.
Well, I see this one playing out by 0-0 dominating top lane. Like, honestly, I played so much against him, and I can't see anything else happening.
Why is that? What makes him so strong?
0-0 is incredibly strong because he managed to outplay you mechanically, and then he gets a little advances, and he just pushes you, and then starts roaming. So he's going to proxy farm you, like go behind your tower, kill the creeps, and then go gank mid or put pressure on other lanes.
And Trevor, watching these teams kind of birth their way here, what are you thinking?
I think NiP is in the position where if they deal with the nerves correctly, they should be able to pick this series up. I think they are a strong favorite coming into this against KMT. I know for a fact that they are incredibly nervous. We were leaving the venue last night at 1 a.m. and they were just coming back from getting some food, and they continued scrimming to the early hours of the morning, you know? So this is a team that has been working very, very hard. They skipped DreamHack to practice 3.14. And I had a chat with Deficio about how the team's looking and how he feels they're performing. And he says he's come to understand the team a lot more from a month ago until now, and some of the defense mechanisms they have to deal with the nerves and the tension is coming out, and he's saying that they're feeling confident, they're feeling good, thanks to the fact that they've been training very, very hard for this.
All right, gentlemen, thank you.